Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Namaste. Welcome to session 55 of the Sundarakandam learning series. We have just started the 16th Sarga. In the previous session, we have seen that Hanuman, after having spotted Sita Mata, starts to sorrow on account of her and starts to feel very bad. First, he thinks of Lord Rama, then he thinks on account of her only, so many terrific deeds have been accomplished. Last class we saw right from right from Viradha being killed to this one, Valivadha also. I think all the Rakshasas were destroyed in Janasthana. All of this happened on her account only. So he thinks like this. And then he proceeds to also say that Sita Mata is in all respects equal to Rama, and Lord Rama and Sita Mata are like a match made in heaven only. They are a celestial match. They are perfect for each other. So how can they stay separated from each other? How can they even manage to survive without each other? This is a question he asks. Okay, so now we will see the 9th shloka, which is where we are. चतुर्दश सहस्राणि रक्षसां भीमकर्मणां निहतानि जनस्थाने शरैरग्निशिखोपमैः चतुर्दश सहस्राणि रक्षसां भीमकर्मणां निहतानि जनस्थाने शरैरग्निशिखोपमैः together. चतुर्दश सहस्राणि रक्षसां भीमकर्मणां निहतानि जनस्थाने शरैरग्निशिखोपमैः. Now let's see the meaning. Nihatani asit, have been killed. Who were killed? Janasthane, in the place known as Janasthana. Agnishikopamaihi sharaihi. Agni, as you all know, is fire. Shikha refers to the tips. Agnishikopamaihi, with flame like, okay, with tongues of flame like, sharaihi, arrows. So the arrows were like tongues of flame. Bhimakarmanam rakshasam, warriors of fierce valor, the Rakshasas, Chaturdasha Sahasrani, 14,000 in number, Nihatani, were killed. Okay, so by Rama, with arrows resembling flames of fire or tongues of fire, 14,000 terrific Rakshasas were killed in Janasthana. Okay, so next shloka also we will see to see the complete meaning. Kharascha nihatas sankhe trishirascha nipatitaha dushanascha mahateja ramena viditatmana kharascha nihatas sankhe trishirascha nipatitaha dushanascha mahateja ramena viditatmana दूषणश्च महातेजा रामेण विदितात्मना. Together. खरश्च निहतः संख्ये Trishirascha nipatitaha Dushanascha mahateja Ramena viditatmana. Okay, so viditatmana Ramena. Sankhye. Sankhye, same meaning as Yuddhe. Okay, in the war, in the battlefield. Viditatmana Ramena. By the knower of the self, Rama. Viditatmana, one who knows the self. Viditaha means one who knows. Atma means what? The self. Viditatma means one who knows the self. Knower of the self, Rama. By the knower of the self, Rama. Sankhye, in the battlefield. Karascha nihataha, trishirascha nipatitaha, mahatejaha, dushanascha api. We have to add the words nipatitaha. Okay. Karascha nihataha. Kara was destroyed. Nihataha was killed. Okay. Kara was destroyed. Trishiraha nipatitaha. The asura named Trishira. He was also felled. Nipatitaha. He was felled. Mahatejaha. The one with great power. Here Mahateja doesn't mean the power, radiance of knowledge. But Mahateja simply means one who's very powerful. Who was very powerful? Dushana. This Dushana also was killed. So now I'm sure you all recollect the story. You've placed it. After Shurpanaka tried to attack Sita Mata, Lakshmana chopped off her nose, cut off her ears and her Stanavagam also he cut, and then he sent her crying. There she goes back to her brothers. Khara Dushana, her brothers. So Khara was the main one. So he was told by Shurpanaka that these two handsome, young, eligible warriors, because Shurpanaka was on the lookout for a husband. Okay. After her husband was killed in battle, she was allowed by Ravana to choose any man as her husband. He told her, please choose anybody. So she chose Rama. Rama sent her to Lakshmana, saying only he is without his wife. So she was waiting for a husband. So her feeling was, I'm doing something which is right for me. I've been told by my superior, my brother, in fact, her half-brother, Ravana, that she can marry anyone she wishes. So knowing that she can marry, because in a battle with the gods, her husband was killed when he was helping Ravana. So Ravana told, please choose anyone else and marry whoever is eligible. So she said, I want to marry somebody eligible. So why are they disfiguring me like this and sending? And for Rakshasas, the same rules don't apply. You may be married to one person, you may be married to 100 people. If I want to marry you, you have to marry me, was her rule. But Rama and Lakshmana did not obviously follow the Rakshasa rules. So she went and complained to Khara, saying it's very unfair. So what did they do? Khara, Dushana, Trishira were the three army chiefs stationed by Ravana in India. Okay, for taking care of his interests. Wherever he feels he wants to assert his superiority, his Rakshasa Sena with 14,000 warriors under the leadership of Karadushana and Trishiras would be sent to do his Ravana's dirty work. So these 14,000 warriors went along with Karadushana Trishiras, and they were all killed, dispatched swiftly by Rama with arrows resembling tongues of fire. Okay, so basically, if you take a very deep meaning here, and then you start thinking, what is this? Why this sudden word Viditatmana? What is this 40,000 people? If you're looking at the symbolic meaning here, the knower of the self destroys all the objects of the senses that attack the senses and diverts the mind away from the Lord. Correct? So that is how we must look at Karadoshana and his 14,000 stooges. What were they? All the objects that attack our senses. Who's the one who's able to destroy them effectively with arrows like tongues of fire? One who knows the self, jnana. So if we don't know the self, what do we do therefore? We are quite agyaha. What happens to us? Every time we are being assaulted by all these 14,000 warriors constantly. What do? Take refuge at the feet of the Lord. He will do your warfare. He is the knower of the self. You may not know yourself, but he knows you. He knows that you have taken refuge at his feet. He will take care of you. So take refuge at the feet of the Lord in order to be freed from the pull of the sense objects, is the deeper meaning of this particular shloka. Okay, so now we move on to the next one. If there are any questions, please do ask. Aishwaryam, Priya ji ask.
Ma'am, no, not question ma'am, but there is one beautiful Kirtana by Tyagaraja Swami for this particular Trishiras and Karadushanadigal killing, Vadam. Shara Shara Samare Ikashura Sharadi Mother Vihara Shara Shara Samare Ikashura Sharadi Mother Vihara. Then they say again in the Charanam, he says that these 14,000 warriors are our own enemies, which is residing inside us. The same point he says that. Just wanted to
Actually,
share.
my topic came from the meaning for this. Okay, why did I say this? It's not from the three commentaries. It is from Raghuvira Gadyam. Raghuvira Gadyam has the same paragraph. One phrase is there on the king of Karadushana and Trishirasde Rama. The Raghuvira Gadyam is a masterpiece of a composition by Vedanta Desikar. I'm sure most of you have by now heard the video on Vidya Parampara. It's amazing. I'm sure you all see how wonderfully Sriram Garu has rendered it. So when I read many Vyakhyanams of Raghuvira Gadyam because it's a very complicated Gadyam. So in the course of that, one of the Vishishtadvaita Acharyas had propounded this theory. And that is why my emphasis on Sharanagati also, because Vishishtadvaitam always believes in Sharanagati. You are not a Viditatma, you are not a Jnani, you cannot be a dry Jnani, you are not ready yet for Jnana, don't worry. If you are not ready yet for Jnana, take refuge, Bhagavan. Sharanagati at Bhagavan's feet and he will ford you across the 14,000 enemies. Okay. That's why that point of view also came up. Thank you, Priyaji. Actually, you made me go back to my source. Right. Okay. ऐश्वर्यं वानराणां च ऐश्वर्यं वानराणां च दुर्लभं वालिपालितं दुर्लभं वालिपालितम् अस्याः निमित्ते सुग्रीवः अस्याः निमित्ते सुग्रीवः प्राप्तवान् लोकसत्कृतम् प्राप्तवान् लोकसत्कृतम् ऐश्वर्यं वानराणां च दुर्लभं वालिपालितम् ऐश्वर्यं वानराणां च दुर्लभं वालिपालितम् अस्याः निमित्ते सुग्रीवः प्राप्तवान् लोकसत्कृतम् अस्याः निमित्ते सुग्रीवः प्राप्तवान् लोकसत्कृतम् टुगेदर ऐश्वर्यं वानराणां च दुर्लभं वालिपालितम् अस्याः निमित्ते सुग्रीवः प्राप्तवान् लोकसत्कृतम्. So now we see the meaning. Asyaha nimitte, on account of her only. Sugriva, Valipatam Durlabham Lokasakritam Vanaranam Aishwaryam Praptavan. Valipalitam, taken care of by Vali. Durlabham, very difficult to attain. Lokasatkritam, a position of supremacy in the world. Vanaranam Aishwaryam, the lordship of the Vanaras. The word Aishwarya means Ishwarasya Bhavaha Aishwaryam. Aishwaryam should not always be taken as wealth. Okay. Ishwarasya Bhavaha Aishwaryam. So Aishwaryam means what? Overlordship. Overlordship of whom? Vanaras. So the very difficult to attain and respected position of being the overlord of the Vanaras, Praptavan. Kaha Sugriva. Sugriva won the lordship over the Vanaras, which was until then being held by Vali on account of her only. So see, her one act of choosing to be abducted by Ravana, there is nothing else here but Lokamata, Jaganmata's Atyanta Karnyam. I will put myself through this period of imprisonment. I will put myself through the separation and grief. I will put myself through character tests as it may be perceived by the world. Just so all my children, their work will be done. Whose work? Sugriva's work will be done. Freeing the world of Rakshasas' work will be done. So many useful things will be done by this one act of me being separated from Raghava. Both of them staged a wonderful play. Sagarascha maya krantaha, Sagarascha maya krantaha, Shriman Nadanadipatihi, Shriman Nadanadipatihi, Asya hetorvishalakshyaah, Asya hetorvishalakshyaah, Puri nirikshita, पुरी चेयं निरीक्षिता सागरश्च मया क्रान्तः श्रीमान् नदनदीपतिः सागरश्च मया क्रान्तः श्रीमान् नदनदीपतिः अस्या हेतोर्विशालाक्ष्याः पुरी चेयं निरीक्षिता अस्या हेतोर्विशालाक्ष्याः पुरी चेयं निरीक्षिता टुगेदर सागरश्च मया क्रान्तः श्रीमान् नदनदीपतिः अस्या हेतोर्विशालाक्ष्याः पुरी चेयं निरीक्षिता विशालाक्ष्याः अस्याः हेतोः of the large-eyed one अस्याः हेतोः on her account maya by me नदनदीपतिः सागरः च क्रान्तः नदनदीपतिः नद male river nadi female river patihi lord who is the lord the husband of the male and female rivers sagara. So the lord of the male and female rivers, actually pati doesn't mean husband here, it means lord. Sagaraha, that sagaraha was chakrantaha, was crossed. Iyam puri cha avekshita, this Lanka city was also seen. So here if you look at the deeper meaning, it is on account of her that I discovered my superpower. Until then, I was blind to what I was capable of. Because she was lost, there came a situation in my life where I had to cross an ocean. And I was told by my guru at that time, Jamavan, that I was indeed capable of crossing the ocean. I took the leap of faith. So, and what happened? I discovered Sita Mata and I saw this wonderful city of Lanka. So, Vishalakshi, one with large eyes. What does Ambal's large eyes always denote? Yes, compassion. Only why does she have large eyes? Because she wants to see everyone in this world. The moment her kataksha falls on us, her anugraha falls on us. That is why she has large eyes. Katai karnabhiranam, garutaiva pakshmani dadati. Correct? How does it go all the way up till her ears? Why? Because she doesn't want to leave one prani. She's brahma kita janani. She doesn't want to leave even one small worm out of her eyesight. So she has large eyes. And that Ambal, because that Sita Mata, because of her, I managed to find the city of Lanka and I managed to cross the ocean. Priya ji, please. Priya ji, was your hand is raised?
No, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought it was raised. Okay. Next shloka. यदि रामः समुद्रान्तां यदि रामः समुद्रान्तां मेदिनीं परिवर्तयेत् मेदिनीं परिवर्तयेत् अस्याः कृते जगच्चापि अस्याः कृते जगच्चापि युक्तमित्येव मे मतिः युक्तमित्येव मे मतिः यदि रामः समुद्रान्तां मेदिनीं परिवर्तयेत् यदि रामः समुद्रान्तां मेदिनीं परिवर्तयेत् अस्याः कृते जगच्चापि युक्तमित्येव मे मतिः अस्याः कृते जगच्चापि युक्तमित्येव मे मतिः टुगेदर यदि रामः समुद्रान्तां मेदिनीं परिवर्तयेत् अस्याः कृते जगच्चापि युक्तमित्येव मे मतिः. So, see the meaning of the shloka. Ramaha me matihi asti. Asti is the only verb because there's no major verb here. I'm not telling the verb specifically. Me matihi asti. My belief is this. What is my belief? Ramaha asyaha krite, on her account. Samudrantam, stretching up to the ocean. Medini, the earth. Jagat chapi, the entire world also. Parivartayet yadi, if he overturns it also. Yuktamityeva me matihi. It is all right only, I feel. It is correct only. It is fitting only. If Rama was on her account to even turn the world on its axis, up to the earth which is stretching up to the ocean, if he were to turn it over, and make the ocean come in the place of the earth and the earth come in place of the ocean also. Whatever he chooses to do, if he chooses to drain the ocean to search for Sita Mata, if he chooses to dig the earth to search for Sita Mata, if he chooses to fly in the skies to search for Sita Mata, whatever he does, anything that he does is correct only, because she is indeed the most precious treasure that we must all look for. Okay, so we in our quest for her must therefore overturn the entire obstacles, the entire world itself to see her, to search for her. So if Rama was to do it, it's fitting only. Correct? Then Rajyam va trishu lokeshu, Rajyam va trishu lokeshu, Sita va janakatmaja, Sita va janakatmaja, Trailokya rajyam sakalam, Trailokya rajyam sakalam, Sitayanapnuyat kalam, Sitayanapnuyat kalam, Rajyam va trishu lokeshu, Sita va janakatmaja, Rajyam va trishu lokeshu, Sita va janakatmaja, Trailokya rajyam sakalam, Sitayanapnuyat kalam, Trailokya rajyam sakalam, Sitayanapnuyat kalam. Together. Rajyam va trishu lokeshu, Sita va janakatmaja, Trailokya rajyam sakalam, Sitayanapnuyat kalam. This shloka also, we can interpret it very personally. I'll first give the basic meaning. So, Trishu Lokeshu Rajyam va, whether it is in the three worlds, overlordship. Janakatmaja, Sita va. So, you should imagine one weighing scale. One side, rulership over the three worlds. Another side, Janakatmaja. What will you take? No brainer. That's what he says. Sakalam Trailokya Rajyam, Sitayaha Kalam na apnuyat. Sakalam Trailokya Rajyam, the overlordship over the three worlds, entire three worlds. Sita Yaha, of Sita, Kalam, a fraction. To be very precise, Kala means Shodasha Bhagaha. In Amarkosha it says, Kala tu Shodasho Bhago. In the definition of, in the words related to the moon. Okay, there the moon only has rays, no? They are called Kalas, no? Each Kala is 1/16. That is why if you even map your Kshitaukshat Panchashat, Disadabadika Panchashat, that shloka, same 1/16. If you do that as a map for each Kala, you will find that the numbers tally. So Sitayaha Kalam. So 1/16 of Sita also, na apnuyat. They do not matter. They do not even get it. Okay, so now again interpreted very personally, among everything in this world, what is the most deserving thing to be searched for? It is okay to destroy the entire world, in the sense of destroy the world in our minds, not take a bomb and attack the whole world. But what it basically means is to look at the world, realize it is unreal, and look for what? The real substance, which is her. Whether you're given all worldly pleasures on one side, and if you're given Ambal on the other side, whom should you choose? Okay, so everywhere if you're starting to map this entire thing, I discovered my secret power because of Sita Mata. From there, if you start mapping it to yourself, you will find lot of meaning for ourselves as individual sadhakas. Correct? Where did we get any of our powers from? Any power that we pretend to have, any ability that we claim we have or we possess, who possesses it? Who are we to possess it? We are merely instruments. Right? Who talks? Ambal talks. Our mouth moves. Who does the work? Our hands do the work. But whose work are we doing? Who is the doer of the work? Ambal is the doer of the work. So in every case, I am able to do this because of her. First shloka. Second shloka. If I'm able to do something and I see the whole world around me, and if I'm not able to find her, what should I do? Overturn the world. Look for her only. If you're given all the worldly benefits as a result of your actions and you're given her, what would you choose? Choose her. So three beautiful shlokas. There are, Sundarakandam is not just confined to Navaratnas. In Sundarakandam, every shloka is a gemstone. So, and if we start looking at these three together and weave a meaning through it, it gives us a very beautiful learning that what is the one thing that we must look for at all times. Correct? Then we move on. Iyancha dharmashilasya, Maithilasya mahatmanah, मैथिलस्य महात्मनः सुता जनकराजस्य सीता भर्तृदृढव्रता इयं च धर्मशीलस्य मैथिलस्य महात्मनः इयं च धर्मशीलस्य मैथिलस्य महात्मनः सुता जनकराजस्य सीता भर्तृदृढव्रता सुता जनकराजस्य सीता भर्तृदृढव्रता together इयं च धर्मशीलस्य मैथिलस्य महात्मनः सुता जनकराजस्य सीता भर्तृदृढव्रता. Next shloka also we have to see the Anvaya. उत्थिता मेदिनीं भित्वा क्षेत्रे हलमुखक्षते पद्मरेणुनिभैः कीर्णां शुभैः केदारपांसुभिः उत्थिता मेदिनीं भित्वा क्षेत्रे हलमुखक्षते उत्थिता मेदिनीं भित्वा क्षेत्रे हलमुखक्षते पद्मरेणुनिभैः कीर्णां शुभैः केदारपांसुभिः पद्मरेणुनिभैः कीर्णां शुभैः केदारपांसुभिः together. उत्थिता मेदिनीं भित्वा क्षेत्रे हलमुखक्षते पद्मरेणुनिभैः कीर्णां शुभैः केदारपांसुभिः. Let's see the meaning. Sa Sita asti. That's all. So that's a verb. She is like this. What is she like? Iyam kshetre. In this field, in the field. This lady in the field. Iyam Sita. This Sita kshetre. In the field. Hala mukha kshate. Tilled by the plow. In the field which was being tilled by the plow. Padmarenu nibhaihi shubhaihi kedara pamsubihi kirnam. Padmarenu nibhaihi. Padma refers to lotus. Renu refers to the pollen. Renu usually refers to dust. In the case of a lotus, when we say lotus dust, we refer to the pollen. Nibha always means like. So resembling the lotus pollen, shubhaihi. Here shubha does not mean auspicious alone. It also means shining. Okay. Basically shubha is, the basic meaning is shining only. Kedara pamsubihi. By the, Kedara means field. Pamsu means dust. By the dust of the field. Kirna. One who was covered. So when Janaka Maharaja was tilling the field, when he found Sita Mata, she was covered in the field dust. But when you and I are covered in dust, how do we look? We look brown in color. We look dirty. How was she looking? Shubha. Shubha. She was glowing. Because even that dust looked like pollen dust. She's, what is she? Padma, Padmasanasthita, Padmalaya. How many namas from Lakshmi Stotram we have seen? Padma, Padma, Padma. She is all Padma only. She is lotus only. For her, even this Medini, she is Medini Putri. She is Bhuma Devi herself. So when she emerges from the Bhuma Devi, when she emerges from the earth, what does she carry with her? Not ordinary dust, pollen dust. Because she is Padma. Padmasanasthita, Padmalaya. So she carries that pollen dust with her. And how does she look? Medinim bhitva utthita. She Medinim bhitva, by splitting the earth, utthita, one who had risen up. Then from the previous shloka, Dharmashilasya Mahatmanaha, or Dharmashilasya Mahatmanaha Maithilasya Janakarajasya Suta. Dharmashilasya, one who had a very righteous conduct Mahatma, the great being, Maithilasya Janakarajasya, Mithila's Raja Janaka, Suta, his daughter. Bhartr Dridhavrata, one who is steadfast in her devotion to her husband. Sa Sita stage. That Sita is like that. So here, after all these shlokas saying on her account this happened, on her account this happened, because of her only this happened, and if on account of her the entire world is turned upside down, nothing is lost. It can be done. It should be done. This is his attitude. Why? Because one, she is of divine origin. She is not an ordinary mortal born to her mother and from her womb. She is Sakshat Prakriti that has taken a form for the purpose of edification of mankind. So she is not an ordinary person with an ordinary birth. And who is her father even in this body? The great Janaka. In Bhagavad Gita, you will find quotations of Janaka being a Jnani. And people like Janaka is how even people like Arjuna and Krishna will discuss Janaka's greatness. Yuga after his existence, his greatness is discussed by Lord Krishna. So he is that great a Jnani. Such a Jnani's daughter, she was born. And not only, so reference is also now to Rama here. Not just Janaka's daughter, married to whom? Sakshat Narayana. So, and Bhartri Dridhavrata. And how was she? Prakriti is always with Purusha. Prakriti is, Mahalakshmi is always with Lord Vishnu. So, Bhartri Dridhavrata, one who is unshakably joined in devotion and unshakably joined in love to her husband. So, Bhartri Dridhavrata. That is why she is Sakshat Mahalakshmi. That is why she is the one who has to be searched for it. All our efforts will not go in vain, should not go in vain. So, that is the purport behind this whole verse. विक्रान्तस्यार्यशीलस्य संयुगेष्वनिवर्तिनः संयुगेषु anivartinaha. Joining becomes Sayugeshvanivartinaha. Again, Sayugeshvanivartinaha. Snushadasharathasyaisha. Snushadasharathasyaisha. Jyeshtharagyo yashasvini. Jyeshtharagyo yashasvini. विक्रान्तस्यार्यशीलस्य संयुगेष्वनिवर्तिनः विक्रान्तस्यार्यशीलस्य संयुगेष्वनिवर्तिनः स्नुषा ज्येष्ठाराज्ञो यशस्विनी स्नुषा दशरथस्यैषा ज्येष्ठाराज्ञो यशस्विनी. So, Esha, Sita, Vikrantasya, one of great valor, Arya Shilasya, a person of very noble conduct, who followed all the duties of a king. Okay, one who had a conduct befitting a great king. Sayugeshu Anivartinaha, one who would never turn away from a battle. Okay. Rakyaha Dasharathasya Yashaswini Jyeshtha Snusha Asit. Rakyaha Dasharathasya, of the king Dasharatha, Esha, Yashaswini, famous, Jyeshtha, elder, Snusha, daughter-in-law, Asit. Okay, so she was the eldest daughter-in-law of King Dasharatha, the famous king, who was not only good in conduct, excellent in conduct, but he was also very brave and he would never turn away from that. So this shows the greatness of the kula into which she was married, not just the greatness of her birth, as shown in the previous shloka, but also the greatness of her kula. Dharma, now this is, Hanuman cannot, nobody can help ourselves, right? Not just Hanuman. This is greatness of Rama. Dharmagyasya kritagyasya Dharmagyasya kritagyasya Ramasya viditatmanaha Ramasya viditatmanaha Iyam sadayita bharya राक्षसी वशमागता राक्षसी वशमागता धर्मज्ञस्य कृतज्ञस्य रामस्य विदितात्मनः धर्मज्ञस्य कृतज्ञस्य रामस्य विदितात्मनः इयं साधयिता भार्या राक्षसी वशमागता इयं साधयिता भार्या राक्षसी वशमागता टुगेदर धर्मज्ञस्य कृतज्ञस्य रामस्य विदितात्मनः इयं साधयिता भार्या राक्षसी वशमागता. See the meaning? Yam Sita Dharmagyasya Kritagyasya Viditatmanaha Ramasya. 3 adjectives for Rama. Okay. Daita Bharya, beloved wife. Rakshasi Vashamagata has come in the control of the Rakshasis. Now the significant thing here was the 3 adjectives which are used to describe Rama. How many adjectives did Valmiki ask to Narada on who is the ideal man? How many? Does anyone remember? I keep telling it in class. Yeah, please tell me, Umaji.
16.
Do you remember what they are? It's okay. I'll send a which we had made of the 16 qualities. Priyaji, tell me, you want to chant the shlokas?
I don't know the exact shlokas, ma'am, but I'll try. Dharmajnasya, Kritajnasya, Atmavan, Viryavan. Then, like, one second, I'm just forgetting. All the 16, I know it's there in the list, but Dharmajnasya, Kritajnasya, Atmavan, Satyavratah, Satyavakyah, Dridavratah, and Satyavakyah, Dridavratah, Bibyati Devah, Kadasi Bibyati Devah, then the one who even even who's praised by the enemies, and the one who is loved by all for his quality of that, I'm just forgetting those 4 names, ma'am. Sorry. I'll remember before the end of the class if possible. I'll tell you the whole thing.
No problem. Very good, but you have nicely tried to this one. So basically it starts with Purnasmin Sampratam Loke Gunavan Kascha Viryavan Dharmakyasya Kritagyascha Satyavakyo Dridavrataha. 1 second. More than me, Shriya will remember. Shriya, you remember the second line? Charitrena Chako Yuktaha Sarvabhuteshu Kohitaha. Ingva. Atmavan Kojita Krodho Dyutiman Dhritiman Vashi. I think these are the ones. But anyway, I will send a video with all the 16. So basically, it is like, if you want to know an exposition of the entire 16, then you will have to read the entire Ramayana. You will see countless examples of all the 16 coming out. Okay. Now, it's always difficult, no, before an exam for us to read the whole book. What will we say? Hamma, so many chapters to read entire Ramayana, hundreds of sargas. Sundarakandam itself is 68 sargas. On top of it, 7 kandas you're giving me, and so many sargas you're giving me. How many 600 plus sargas? How am I supposed to read? That was so many verses, 24,000 plus verses. Okay, how am I supposed to read? So here Hanuman gives us one shortcut. Before an exam, to pass an exam, we use a guide, right? Not that we use a guide. It's very shameful to use a guide, but to say we use a guide. Then the guide that we shamefully use or rather secretly use, this is the guide. 3 important qualities. Now, why do we want these 16 qualities? We want these 16 qualities so that we can aspire to become like Rama. That's the whole reason. Not just to say, that Rama, he has all that, I can't have anything. That's not our goal. Our goal is not to look at the 16 and say, he's so great, I'm so bad. Yeah, we are bad only, but we'll get better. How will we get better? By benchmarking to something. So this should be like, we all have this code of conduct, no, in schools, or a pledge that we take. No, this should be a pledge that we should take. I will be. What will I be? Charitrena Yuktaha, Gudavan, Kasya Bibhyati Devasara, Jatarashusya Sayuge. I will get righteously angry. I will not be sitting like a wimp and allowing people to kill my family. So these kind of things we should. take as our pledge, as every Bharatiya, we should take this pledge. Every 16, one of the 16 qualities should be our pledge. If we can't follow 16 qualities, Hanuman gives us 3 here, which is why this shloka excited me so much. Dharmanya, Kritagya, Viditatmanaha. These 3 things, if we aim to do, then even if we don't get the 16 in this Janma, in some Janma, we will get it fast. Okay, so what are the 3 things that we must follow always? First is follow Dharma. Know what is your Dharma first. Only if you know what is your Dharma, you can follow it. How do you know what is your Dharma? Whatever is ordained by your station in life. I'm not talking about only Varnashrama Dharma. That is there. Varnashrama Dharma is there. Whatever is your Varnashrama Dharma, you should be aware. Your Acharyas will tell you what you have to do. But apart from that, you know you have certain duties in life. According to your station, what you consider your duty. Correct? Whatever you think is your duty, whatever are your roles and responsibilities, you discharge them to the best of your abilities. Okay, results therefore that shouldn't matter. Bhagavad Gita, always remember Bhagavad Gita. So dharmagyaha, know your dharma and follow it. First step. Second thing, kritagyaha, one who never forgets even one small good thing done for him. And it is said of Lord Rama in the Vyakhyana, for this word kritagya in the Balakanda, the commentators probably give the maximum description. They say Rama, if something small was done for him, would give back X 100 multiplier, 1000 multiplier. He'll give back so much for one small good thing done to him. Say you do something bad to him, will he give back to you in the same 1000 multiplier? It seems he'll forget it. Okay, so for example, even though he kept his end of the bargain first and killed Vali for Sugriva, after the end of the monsoon season, when Sugriva was supposed to fulfill his promise and send the troops, and he, in the happiness of his newfound kingship, forgot his woe, he sent Lakshmana, who spoke terrible words to him, to then revive him, to get him back to do keeping his word. But when Sugriva actually sends the monkeys out, finds Sita Mata, when they're ready for war, when Sugriva backs him up and fights with him, all that is there in Lord Rama's mind is gratitude. He says, without taking anything from me, you did so much for me, my friend. Anybody would say, hey, he gave you the whole kingship while he was killed, and then only you helped him. But no, he didn't think like that. What did Rama see? Only the good. So Rama always sees what is the good done to him by others, which gives us a lot of hope. Even if we pray to him sincerely for half a minute, Lord Rama will say, oh, this person is my great bhakta. We don't have to worry. Okay, so even if we for 3-4 minutes forget to worship him, or for 120 days don't chant Sundarakandam also, he is not going to hold it against us. But one day if we chant, oh, this person chants Sundarakandam regularly, he'll say, and encourage all of us to chant more Sundarakandam. So he is kritagyaha in the sense that he gives back lavishly for small good things done to him. And he never forgets. Like for example, a vulture, a monkey, a bear, a nishadha, a hunter. These people are important to him. Why are they important to him? Because every single one did something for his father or for him at any point of time. And he felt that he has to give back to them lavishly. He has to treat them like a brother, treat them like a friend. So that has always been his attitude. So that attitude we must cultivate. Attitude of gratitude. This is what we pay a lot of money for self-help workshops to learn. How to do gratitude journaling. Maintain a gratitude jar in which you will drop 3 or 4 things that you learned, which you're grateful for in a day. Good. We do that. That's what we learn it from Ramayana only. And then the third quality that we learn from Rama, Viditatmanaha. What does that mean here? Viditatmanaha, specifically knower of the self. At any point of time, think of whether is it real or unreal. The moment some sorrow comes and you think, is this real or unreal? What is the answer you must give yourself?
Unreal, ma'am.
And same for happiness?
Happiness is within us only. We have to.
No, some small happiness. Say Sharanya becomes school topper or college topper. You're very happy for 2 days. That happiness is not permanent. No, it's temporary happiness. Why does
Yes,
the temporary happiness come? When some good thing happens. That happiness. So that happiness, is it real or unreal? Unreal. So the moment we start knowing the self and start analyzing every experience that we undergo with the one single question, is this real or unreal? Then we'll be like that minister in the story who says, this too shall pass. God is the doer of everything. He will take care. May all the blessings be to God. Remember the story of how the minister who alienated the king by saying this, same story. Like that, we will also become. We will also say, this too shall pass. God is the doer of everything. We are merely instruments. So that feeling we will get. So these are three top ideas that Hanuman gives us by saying, oh, this Ramasya Viditatmanaha Daita Bharya. She is the beloved one of Rama who had these three excellent qualities. And now, instead of being in Rama's protection, she is now under the control of the Rakshasis. That is the meaning of this particular shloka. Radhaji, your hand was raised. And the mute killing.
You said like real, everything real, not real, or in other ways, everything is temporary. See, either that 2 days happiness or that 2 days sorrow. Like for happiness, we'll take it in a nice way. Sorrow, many times you think it pulls you down. Oh, sorrow. Even that sorrow is only one of these, either sattar, one of the three gunas. So it is not going to last.
Correct.
So taking that as temporary, both happiness or sorrow, both are temporary only. Don't get carried away by both. Sorrow is one which pulls down. And then next thing what I thought, Sakriteva prapannaya tavasmiti yachate abhayam sarvabhutepyo dadam etat vratam mama. So Rama has took the vow that I am going to look after him. Sakrit means by chance or once in a way. No, not following any rule. Mara also I will take care. Rama, I will make it as Rama.
Correct.
So that Sakriteva Prapanaya, that sloka, what they say is so important. So that Rama is so graceful.
Yes. Correct.
So that's.
Thank you. So we'll, Rajni, your hand was raised.
Ma'am, when we hear, we feel okay, we can do, but to put in practice, this is not possible, ma'am.
Only 3 points, no? He's not giving you 16 points. Only 3 points. And what are you supposed to do? You're not supposed to change your attitude overnight. You're supposed to just ask yourself this question. And then again, see, when that happens, when that sorrow goes away, the sorrow will go away. No sorrow is permanent. When that sorrow goes away, or at least its intensity will reduce. When its intensity reduces, and then you're again asking yourself this question: is it temporary, like what Radhaji said, or is it real or unreal? When you ask yourself this question and you give yourself an answer, you will be able to self-evaluate whether it is really temporary, whether it is really unreal, and the impact. See, for example, before somebody leaves my organization, Books and More, right? I have a lot of people, and it's heavily dependent on people. So if one person is going to leave the organization because she's going to get married, this always happens. I'm very lucky for people to get married. So if anybody wants to get their daughters married, they will get them employed at Books and More, I think. So like my husband jokes. So okay, I've had more than 20 girls over the last 15 years. Everyone's happily married, settled, and all over a period of time. So every time a girl leaves, and the girls are usually invaluable to me. So they're leaving, 3 months before that, I'll keep wondering, what am I going to do? How am I going to replace? I'll be very worried, thinking, now where am I going to get a replacement? And I don't find a replacement easily also. It's very difficult. So by God's grace, somehow some replacement will come, either before or after they leave. And then when I think about it, now what is my attitude towards that person having left? Before she leaves, so much of trouble, distress, not sleeping, worrying, complaining, all that would have happened. After she leaves, what happens? Things go back to normal. Somehow things fall in place. So now we have learned a lesson over the last 15 years that those are all temporary troubles. When they happen, you have to worry. What should you do instead of worrying? Try to concentrate on just finding a replacement and move on in life. Correct. So these are easy to handle because sorrows are more time consuming. Correct?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, so I'll move forward. We are diverting from the shloka. Sarvan bhogan parityajya bhartrisneha balakrita achintayitva dukkhani pravishta nirjanam vanam sarvan bhogan parityajya bhartrisneha balakrita sarvan bhogan parityajya bhartrisneha balakrita achintayitva dukkhani pravishta nirjanam vanam achintayitva दुःखानि प्रविष्टा निर्जनं वनम्. Together. Sarvan bhogan parityajya bhartrisneha balatkrita achintayitva dukkhani pravishta nirjanam vanam. We have to see 19, 20, 21 to get the Anvaya. Santushta phalamulena Santushta phalamulena bhartrishushrushane rata भर्तृशुश्रूषणे रता या परां भजते प्रीतिं या परां भजते प्रीतिं वनेऽपि भवने यथा वनेऽपि भवने यथा सन्तुष्टा फलमूलेन भर्तृशुश्रूषणे रता सन्तुष्टा फलमूलेन भर्तृशुश्रूषणे रता या परां भजते प्रीतिं वनेऽपि भवने यथा या परां भजते प्रीतिं वनेऽपि भवने यथा. Together. सन्तुष्टा फलमूलेन भर्तृशुश्रूषणे रता या परां भजते प्रीतिं वनेऽपि भवने यथा. सेयं कनकवर्णाङ्गी सेयं कनकवर्णाङ्गी नित्यं सुस्मितभाषिणी नित्यं सुस्मितभाषिणी सहते यातनामेतां सहते यातनाम् एताम् अनर्थानामभागिनी अनर्थानामभागिनी सेयं कनकवर्णाङ्गी नित्यं सुस्मितभाषिणी सेयं कनकवर्णाङ्गी नित्यं सुस्मितभाषिणी सहते यातनामेताम् अनर्थानामभागिनी सहते यातनामेताम् अनर्थानामभागिनी. Together. सेयं कनकवर्णाङ्गी नित्यं सुस्मितभाषिणी सहते यातनामेताम् अनर्थानामभागिनी. Let's see the meaning of all the three shlokas. Yatanam sahate. Yatanam sahate is bearing. Sahate is the verb. Okay, this is one verb. There are others also. We'll see. So, ya sarvan bhogan parityajya. Ya, one who. Sarvan bhogan parityajya. Having given up all bhogas, all luxuries. Who is this lady? Sita Mata. Bhartri sneha balat krita. Bhartri sneha. Love for her husband. Balat krita. Compelled by her love for her husband. This compulsion should not be understood as external compulsion. It is simply she was driven by what? Her love for her husband. Dukkhani achintayitva. Not considering, not even considering the sorrows which are possible. Nirjanam vanam. Uninhabited forest. Pravishta. One who has entered. What did she do after entering the forest? Did she tell Rama, oh, I am a queen from an excellent kingdom and I am used to only palace luxuries? What did she do? Phalamulena santushta. She was happy with the fruits, roots and tubers that were found there. Unlike the choicest food in the palace, she found just simple fare in the forest, which she ate in the palace. She ate simple fare in the forest. And what else did she do? Bhartrishushrushane rata. She was ever engaged in serving her husband. Vanepi bhavane yatha. In the forest also, like she was in the palace, yatha param pritim bhajate. She experienced great happiness. For her, what mattered was not all the external trappings, but simply being with Rama. In fact, there's a dialogue in the Aranyakanda also where Sita Mata and Rama are talking to each other and saying, this amount of privacy and joy we have not had in the forest, Sita, says Rama. Sita Mata is very happy with him and they actually have a moment together. And this is probably one of the few places in Ramayana where Rama and Sita are actually private and happy with each other, Valmiki Maharishi intrudes and writes this also down as a shloka for us to later know. Okay, so in the forest, she is as happy as she was with the Bhavana. Okay, Parampritim Bhajate. She was extremely happy. Kanakavarnangi, this lady of the golden complexion, Anarthana Abhagini, one who is not at all, does not deserve, Abhaga, one in whose portion something falls is called a Bhagadeha, one who needs to take it, okay, one who has to suffer. Who's a Bhagadeha? One who has done some papam. But here, has she done any papam? No. But Anarthana, therefore, Abhagini, one who does not deserve such terrible things to happen to her. Such sorry?
It's not a bit of golden.
Okay, Rupaji, please be on mute. For some reason, your thing unmuted. Okay, so Anarthanam Abhagini, one who is does not deserve bad things to happen. Sa iyam, this lady Sita, Yetam Yatanam Sahate. These tortures she is bearing. Yatana means suffering. She is bearing all this suffering. Okay, so Bhaja Sahate is tolerating. Okay, because the greatest happiness for her is being with her husband. The greatest sorrow for her is being separated from him. So for her, being separated from him itself is a yatana. Plus, she is actually suffering yatanas here. Imam tu shila sampannam, Imam tu shila sampannam, drashtumarhati raghavaha, drashtumarhati raghavaha, Ravanena pramathitam, Ravanena pramathitam, prapamiva pipasitaha, prapamiva pipasitaha, imam tu shila sampannam, drashtumarhati raghavaha, imam tu shila sampannam, drashtumarhati raghavaha, Ravanena pramathitam, prapamiva pipasitaha, Ravanena pramathitam, prapamiva pipasitaha. Together. Imam tu shila sampannam, drashtumarhati raghavaha, Ravanena pramathitam, prapamiva pipasitaha. Okay, drashtum arhati. She deserves to see him. To see deserves. Who deserves? Raghavaha deserves. So Raghavaha, Shila Sampannam Ravanena Pramathitam Imam. Okay, Raghavaha, Rama, Shila Sampannam, highly virtuous lady, one with all good qualities. Ravanena Pramathitam. By Ravana, Pramathana means one who's tormented. Pramathita means one who's tormented. So one who's tormented by Ravana, by being carried away and held in captivity. Imam, this Sita, Pipasitaha Prapami Vidrashtumarhati. Pipasitaha, Padatu, thirsty. Pipasana, okay, it's a word which means one who is very thirsty. Mukshu we say, no? Muchdatu. Bubukshu, one who is hungry. Pipasitaha, one who is thirsty. So pipasa means thirst. So pipasitaha, one who is suffering from thirst. Prapamiva, like the source of water. Prapa means source of water. Like the source of water. Drashtum, to see, arhati. So Lord Rama is like a thirsty man bereft of water. Okay, being separated from his Sita. So this lady of virtuous conduct, Raghava, deserves to see, like a thirsty man finding water. That's the meaning. Asyanunam punarlabhat, Asyanunam punarlabhat, Raghava priti meshyati, Raghava priti meshyati, Raja rajyat paribhrashtaha, Raja rajyat paribhrashtaha, Punah prapyeva medinim, Punah prapyeva medinim. Asyanunam punarlabhat, Raghava priti meshyati, Asyanunam punarlabhat, Raghava priti meshyati, Raja rajyat paribhrashtaha, Punah prapyeva medinim, Raja rajyat paribhrashtaha, पुनः प्राप्येव मेदिनीम्. Together. अस्यानूनं पुनर्लाभात् राघवः प्रीतिमेष्यति राजा राज्यात् परिभ्रष्टः पुनः प्राप्येव मेदिनीम्. Okay. एष्यति will get. Who will get? Raghavah. Raghavah, Rama. Punaha asya labhat. Punaha again. Asyaha labhat. On getting her back again. Rajyat paribhrashtaha. One who has lost his kingdom. Raja, like that king. Medini. Punaha prapyeva. Like a king who had lost his kingdom, finding the kingdom back again. Medini means earth. Here Medini refers to Rajya. So like a kingdom which has been got again by a king deprived of it. Okay. Punaha prapyeva, as if gained back. Nunam pritimeshyati, surely will attain happiness. Okay, preeti means happiness, not love. Two places we have seen here. Preeti, happiness is the meaning for preeti as per Amarakusha. So one who will get happiness. Who will get happiness? Raghava will get happiness on finding her again, like a king who has retrieved his lost kingdom. कामभोगैः परित्यक्ता हीना बन्धुजनेन च धारयत्यात्मनो देहं तत्समागमकाङ्क्षिणी कामभोगैः परित्यक्ता हीना बन्धुजनेन च धारयत्यात्मनो देहं तत्समागमकाङ्क्षिणी together कामभोगैः परित्यक्ता हीना बन्धुजनेन च धारयत्यात्मनो देहं तत्समागमकाङ्क्षिणी. Verb is dharayati, bears. Who bears? She bears. Who? Sita Mata. Kama bhogaihi parityakta. Kama bhogaihi, with desires and pleasures. So one who is bereft, parityakta, one who is bereft of the pleasures and the objects of desires that she was used to in the palace. Okay, and even with Raghava, bandhu janena hina, one who is bereft of her relatives also. Tatsamagama one who is eagerly waiting. Tat means here saha, who, tam who, Ramam. So one who is waiting to meet Rama eagerly. Samagama, to meet. Kankshini, one who is eagerly desirous. So one who is eagerly desirous of meeting Rama, deham dharayati, is somehow bearing her body. So it could be that, without her kith and kin, without the objects of pleasures also. Why is Sita Mata bearing her body? Only the fervent desire to meet Rama is keeping her alive. That is what Hanuman is saying here. Naisha pashyati rakshasyo neman pushpa phaladruman ekastha hridayanunam ramamevanu pashyati Naisha pashyati rakshasyo neman pushpa phaladruman Naisha pashyati rakshasyo neman pushpa phaladruman ekastha hridayanunam ramamevanu pashyati. ekastha hridaya nunam ramamevanu together. Naisha pashyati rakshasyo neman pushpa phaladruman ekastha hridaya nunam ramamevanu Second line we should modify and write ekastha. No, don't modify in your books, sir. Just listen to me. Ekastha hridayanunam ramamevanu pashyami. If you write that and put it as your mission statement, you'll be very successful in life. What should be your mission statement? I'll explain the meaning and then explain. Sa Sita Mata na esha Sita Mata rakshasyaha pashyati. Na pashyati. She does not see the rakshasis. Na iman pushpapaladruman. She does not see these fruit and flower bearing trees. Instead, what is she doing? Ekastha hridaya. With a one-pointed, focused mind, Nunam, surely, Rama Mevana Pashyati. She only sees Rama. The reason why she is able to bear her body is the Kanksha to see Rama, Akanksha to see Rama. But why? Because inside her, there is only Rama. She only thinks of Rama. She dwells in him constantly. So our mission statement should be Ekastha hridayanunam Ramamevanu pashyami. Whatever be the sense objects that come and fall at my feet, whatever be the distractions, WhatsApp notifications, Facebook things, Instagram reels, YouTube shorts, whatever be the things that vie for my attention, what will I do? Ekastha hridayanunam. With a single pointed focus, Ramamevanu pashyami. I will see only Lord Rama in everything. Then automatically I will be focused. Okay. Then next shloka. Bharta nama param narya, bharta nama param narya, bhushanam bhushanadapi, bhushanam bhushanadapi, esha turahita tena, esha turahita tena, bhushanarhada shobhate, bhushanarhada shobhate, Bharta nama param narya bhushanam bhushanadapi. Bharta nama param narya bhushanam bhushanadapi. Esha turahita tena bhushanarhana shobhate. Esha turahita tena bhushanarhana shobhate. Together. Bharta nama param narya bhushanam bhushanadapi esha turahita tena bhushanarhana shobhate. Bharta nama naryaha bhushanadapi param bhushanam. Bharta, husband, nama indeed, naryaha, of a woman, bhushanadapi param bhushanam. Among all the ornaments is the greatest ornament. Okay. Bhushanarha Eshatu, one who deserves such an ornament, namely to be with her husband always. Eshatu, she, however, Tena Rahita, without him, Na Shobhate, does not look adorned. Every woman is adorned with her husband. Without her husband, one who so deserves her husband does not look adorned, does not look beautiful. Okay. This should not be misconstrued. I'll take a minute actually. This should not be misconstrued to say that, say if you're single, or if you're divorced, or if you're a widow, then you're bereft of an ornament. And if you think like that, it's a very, very negative thinking. Because the meaning conveyed here, Arthavacha, we can say this, oh, okay, fine, Hanuman is telling this, Rama is the greatest bhushana for Sita, and without Rama, Sita is bereft of ornamentation. So are we to say that without our husbands, we are bereft of ornamentation? Okay, in today's world, if you were to go and ask anyone this question, they will say, you are beautiful in yourself. You don't need anyone else to adorn you. Correct? Yes or no? So how should we interpret this shloka? We can take it as Arthavacha and say this is how it was told. In those days, this is the philosophy. Or you can look at it with a lot more mature mind. Open your mind and think about it. Who is the only Purusha? Bhagavan. Who are we? All females. Who is the only Bhushana for every one of us? Bhagavan. If you have that Bhushana called Bhagavan with you always, you are well ornamented. Without Bhagavan, no ornament. So it doesn't matter. Your marital status does not matter. What matters Whether you have bhakti for Bhagavan, is Bhagavan with you? Do you consider Bhagavan to be with you? Then you are well ornamented. So when you think about it in a very mature mind, you can interpret even slightly regressive sounding statements in Sahitya to have a deeper and better meaning. It's your choice how you choose to interpret it. Right? Again, sorry for going a little out of syllabus and getting it, but I think it's a important thing because our children will question things like this. Our children will ask, the Mari Shloka you're reading in Valmiki Ramayana, do you understand what it means? How can you read something like this? If they ask you, you can always tell them. Who is the only Bharta, who is the only male in this whole of creation? Bhagavan only. So we are all the three. So every one of us need to have Bhagavan as our Bhushanam. That way it can be interpreted very safely and correctly also. Dushkaram kurute Ramo, Dushkaram kurute Ramo, Hino yat anaya prabhuhu, Hino yat anaya prabhuhu, Dharayatyatmano deham, Dharayatyatmano deham, Na dukkhena vasidati, Na dukkhena vasidati. Dushkaram kurute Ramo, Hino yat anaya prabhuhu, Dushkaram kurute Ramo, Hino yat anaya prabhuhu, Dharayatyatmano deham, Na dukkhena vasidati. Dharayatyatmano deham, na dukkhena vasidati. Together. Dushkaram kurute Ramo, hino yat anaya prabhuhu, dharayatyatmano deham, na dukkhena vasidati. Here also. Ramaha anaya hinaha. And Lord Rama, now what is Lord Rama's position? Anaya hinaha, without her. Atmanaha deham yat dharayati. His own body. Atmanaha means the self. Of the self. Of the self, the body. How is he keeping body and soul together? We have that expression in English, no? That's what this means. How is he keeping his body and soul together? Atmanaha deham yat dharayati. That the very fact that he is able to keep it together, iti, thus, dukkhena navasidati. By the separation from her, dukkhena, by sorrow, he is not falling off. Na avasidati, falling off could mean either getting despondent, losing his positive mind, losing grip over reality, suffering. Na avasidati, Prabhu dushkaram kurute. The Lord indeed has achieved something which is almost impossible. Okay, so here Hanuman is marveling at how Rama is able to sustain himself without Sita Mata. Okay, so it is not like, it's not like, without her, I cannot do my thing. She needs to make my lunch for me, dinner for me. She needs to keep my house in order. Those are not the reasons why he is missing her. He is missing her because Prakriti Purusha, two halves of the same coin, two sides of the same coin. Okay, so they are always inseparable. To be physically separated, although Atmanaha they are together, physically being separated, should have caused him to give up his body, no, but he has not done it. The very fact that he has not done it, dushkaram kurute, he has achieved something very difficult to do. Okay, then. Imamasitake shantam, shatapatra nibhekshanam, Sukharham dukkhitam drishtva, mama pivятhitam manah, Imamasitake shantam, shatapatra nibhekshanam, Sukharham dukkhitam drishtva, mama pivятhitam manah, Sukharham dukkhitam drishtva, mama pivятhitam manah. Together. Imamasitake shantam, shatapatra nibhekshanam, Sukharham dukkhitam drishtva, mama pivятhitam manah. Okay. Mama manah apivyathitam. Now seeing these two suffering, my mind is also suffering. Asitake shantam. one whose dark hair is tipped at the ends with a dark blue shade. Who did this hair color analysis? Bhushana in his comment, Ramayana Bhushana commentary, Govindaraja. In the Bhushana commentary says, Asita Keshana means this is how the hair should look. Okay, dark hair, tips are dark blue in color. So, Asita Kesha Antaha is yours. So, one who has such a hair. Shatapatra Nibhekshana, eyes resembling 100-petal lotus. Okay. Sukharham, one who deserves only happiness. Imam, she, Sita. Dukhitam Drishtva, seeing her sad. Mama Manahapi Vatitam. My mind is also feeling very sad. Previous shloka, he is marveling at Rama's ability to even stay alive. He's feeling sorry for Rama. This shloka, seeing her pitiable state, he's feeling sad. So when he says Mama Manahapi Vatitam, he's sorrowing on account of both of them, not just Sita. It is also for Rama. See, he is thinking, Mama, why this word Mama Manaha Api Vyatitham? He could have said, oh, okay, I'm feeling sad now. Why did he say, Ennod mind kuda sad arku? My mind is also feeling sad. Why does he say like that? Because, see, who is he? He's a monkey. Can a monkey understand fine human emotions? If a monkey like me can appreciate the sadness of Sita Mata and the sorrow of Lord Rama, imagine what Rama and Sita would be feeling. That is why the word Mama is used. Mine. Okay, my mind also. Mama Mana Api. Even if I am feeling like this, they will be feeling so much more worse. And that made him feel even more worse. Okay, so that's the basic meaning. Underlying meaning is I am feeling even more worse, thinking of how much suffering they are going through. Okay. So it is 8:41 and we have 4 shlokas to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. They are not very big. I will quickly go. This time without a 2-second round repetition, we will try to finish the 4 shlokas so at least the Sarga can get done. Kshiti-kshama pushkara sannibhakshi Kshiti-kshama pushkara sannibhakshi Ya rakshita raghava lakshmanabhyam Ya rakshita raghava lakshmanabhyam Sarakshasibhir vikrite kshanabhihi Sarakshasibhir vikrite kshanabhihi Sanrakshyate samprati vrikshamule Sanrakshyate samprati vrikshamule Together. Kshiti-kshama pushkara sannibhakshi Ya rakshita raghava lakshmanabhyam Sarakshasibhir vikrite kshanabhihi Sanrakshyate samprati vrikshamule. Sanrakshyate is protected. She. Kshiti-kshama, one who is tolerant like the earth. Kshiti means earth. Kshama means one who is compassionate, tolerant. Because all she had to do was what? After all this, of course, she wants to prevent, she wants the war to happen. If she wanted to have the matter done with, all she had to do was open her eyes and look at Ravana and burn him up. But what was she? Embodiment of compassion. She allowed Ravana multiple chances to repent for his wrongdoings and take Sharanagati at Rama's feet. Okay, since he didn't do, war had to happen. Where war was ordained, it happened as per her will. But if she wanted to, she could have destroyed. But what was she? Kshiti-kshama, as tolerant and patient as the earth, because she is Bhumi Devi. Okay, Pushkara Sannibhakshi, one with eyes like a lotus. Ya, Sa, Sita, Raghava Lakshmanabhyam, both by Raghava, Rama and Lakshmana, Rakshita, one who is protected. Here what happened? Sa, she, Vikritekshanabihi, Rakshasibihi, by twisted-eyed, hideous-looking Rakshasis. Sampratim vrikshamule samrakshate. Presently, sampratam means presently. Vrikshamule, at the foot of this tree, she is being protected. Who usually protects her? Rama and Lakshmana. Now who's protecting her? These horrible Rakshasis. Why? It is only because of her compassion. She is putting up with it. Okay. Himahatanalini vanashta shobha Himahatanalini vanashta shobha Vyasana paramparayati pidyamana व्यसन परम्परयाति पीड्यमाना सहचररहितेव चक्रवाकी सहचररहितेव चक्रवाकी जनकसुता कृपणां दशां प्रपन्ना जनकसुता कृपणां दशां प्रपन्ना टुगेदर हिमहतनलिनीव नष्टशोभा परम्परयाति पीड्यमाना सहचररहितेव चक्रवाकी जनकसुता कृपणां दशां प्रपन्ना अस्ति. She has attained. What has she attained? Kripana dasha, sad state. Himahata naliniva, like a lotus afflicted by snow. The lotus cannot survive in the cold Himalayan regions. Right? Why? Because the snow will cause it to die, except in certain celestial lakes like Manasarovar. So, Hima Hata Nalini Va. Okay, like a lotus afflicted by snow. Nashta Shobha, one who is devoid of her charm and beauty. Because Vyasana Paramparaya Vipidyamana, one who has been by continuous experience of sorrow. Vyasana Parampara. Vyasana means sorrow. Parampara means what? One, like Vidya Parampara is one after the other, people learning. Okay, Vyasana Parampara is one after the other, suffering. Okay, Vyasana Parampara, one after the other, she has been beset by sorrow. She is troubled. So she is like that snow afflicted lotus. So she is being troubled by the sorrow. Janaka Sudha, daughter of Janaka. Sahachara Rahita, bereft of her usual companions. Rama, Lakshmana. Okay, Chakravaki Iva, like a Chakravaka bird that yearns for the moon. Okay, for that Vrishti Jalam to fall. Okay, on the Swati Nakshatram or whatever day. So like that bird. Kripanam Dasham Prapanna. She has attained a pitiable state. She is yearning for the Chakora reference, the Chakravaka reference is to say that she is yearning for Raghava. Okay. Next. Asyahi pushpavanatagrashakhaah अस्याहि पुष्पावनताग्रशाखाः शोकं दृढं वै जनयन्त्यशोकाः शोकं दृढं वै जनयन्त्यशोकाः हिमव्यपायेन च शीतरश्मिः हिमव्यपायेन च शीतरश्मिः अभ्युत्थितो नैकसहस्ररश्मिः अभ्युत्थितो नैकसहस्ररश्मिः. Together. Sorry, I'm going fast, but the entire chanting guide is there. So please practice. If you have a doubt, please ask me later. Asyahi pushpavanatagrashakhaah shokam dridham vai janayantya shokaah hima vyapayena cha sheetarashmihi abhyuthito naikasahasrarashmihi. Rajiji, if I was to see your lips move, I'll be very grateful. If you sing your head no, then I'll know that you're chanting, even if I'm going fast. Okay.
Ma'am, I'm chanting, ma'am. Actually, 2 words were not there. So again, I thought of asking, but I didn't disturb you.
Okay, just take the text from the Sarga 16 chanting guide only. Same, just change it. Okay. So here, Pushpa Vanatagrashakaha, with the topmost branches of the trees bent down by the weight of the flowers. Adjective for Ashokaha. Okay, so should we take the next shloka also and do Tanvaya? 1 minute. No, it's here in this. Janayanti Ashokaha. So by the Ashoka trees, where the topmost branches are bent down by the weight of the flowers, Asyaha Tridham Shokam Janayanti. Okay, in her or of her, Dridham Shokam Janayanti. It is creating great sorrow. Hima Vyapayena Abhyuthitaha Naika Sahasra Rashmihi Shita Rashmihi Iva. She looks like Cha. Okay. Sahadashaha. She looks like that. What does she look like? Hima Vyapayena. By enjoying the onset of spring. Hima means winter. Vyapana means Vyapayena means by the onset of spring. Abhyuthitaha, that which has risen. So what is happening? Right now it's spring season all around her. Usually she loves nature. She is after all Prithvi. She loves nature. If she sees a bird singing, she sings with the bird. If she sees flowers on the trees, she has a big smile on her face. If she sees animals, for her, all the animals are her children. Okay. For her, when she sees the Ashoka tree, bent in the weight of flowers also, at the onset of spring, what happens? Her face, how does it look? Naika Sahasra Rashmihi, Shita Rashmihi cha. Shita Rashmihi, like the moon. How is the moon usually? Shita Rashmi means moon, one which has cooling rays. Her face is like the moon, no? Yes, but what kind of moon? Naika Sahasra Rashmihi. Usually moon has cooling rays. What is Sahasra Rashmi, you know? Sahasra Rashmi means sun. Her cool moon-like face now looks like a burning face, like the sun, because she's tormented by separation from her husband. The onset of spring and the concomitant beauty in nature no longer seems to move her or please her. Instead, she is burning up on account of her separation from her husband, that her cool moon-like face appears to be burning up with a sorrow. Okay, so Naika Sahasra Rashmihi, one with many thousand rays of light, refers to the sun. Shita Rashmihi refers to the moon. So she looked like this. This level of sorrow she had. Shokam Ridam Janayanti. This level of sorrow was created in her. Ityevamatham kapiranvavekshya. Ityevamatham kapiranvavekshya. Siteyam ityeva nivishta buddhihi. सीतेयमित्येव निविष्टबुद्धिः संश्रित्य तस्मिन् निशसादवृक्षे बलिहरीणां वृषभस्तरस्वी इत्येवमर्थं कपिरन्ववेक्ष्य सीतेयमित्येव निविष्टबुद्धिः संश्रित्य तस्मिन् निशसादवृक्षे बलिहरीणां वृषभस्तरस्वी. Nishasada, he took refuge in, he sat. Vitlakara, he sat. Where did he sit? Bali, the strong, Harinam Bali, the strong one among the monkeys. Rishabha, the bull. Tarasvi, swift-footed. Kapihi, the bull among the monkeys. Okay, that way you should take. Tarasvi, fleet-footed one. Kapihi, the monkey. Who? Hanuman. Ityevam artham anvavekshya. Iti evam, thus. Artham, meaning, object. Purushartha, we say, 4 objects. Dharma, Artha, Kama, Moksha. Here also, Artham is object. Anvavekshya, after considering. Yam Sita, this is Sita. Iti eva. It's true indeed. I know it. Nivishta buddhihi, reflecting in his mind. See, now he's finally convinced. This is Sita only. Firm and resolved that this is Sita. Tasmin vrikshe, in that tree only, he says, okay, see, he's not jumping up and saying, Sita Mata, look at me. Please note, he is being very, very prudent in his actions. We will see why in the later sargas. Tasmin vrikshe, he's going to nicely survey the scene. Okay, he is going to even experience more sorrow, of course, as he is seeing Sita Mata experience sorrow. Tasmin vrikshe, in that tree, Sanshritya, having taken refuge, Vishasada, he sat. So what did Hanuman, the strong one among the monkeys, you see the reference to strong, powerful, all this is to say, might does not make your actions right. What really makes your actions right is whether you're able to use your brain. Despite being so powerful, he does not, and having attained this object, he's found Sita Mata. He does not use his physical strength to immediately grab her attention. Instead, what does he do? He's going to reflect on it. Okay, so this is how the Sarga therefore ends. इति श्रीमद् रामायणे सुन्दरकाण्डे 16 सर्गः. Can we stop the